Former President Joe Biden's cancer diagnosis, understanding the details. In a shocking development, the office of former President Joe Biden announced that he is battling an aggressive form of prostate cancer, characterized by a Gleason score of 9. This news has sent waves of concern across the nation, as Biden's condition also includes metastasis to the bone.
Just before we came on the air, former President Joe Biden's office announced that he has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. The former president and his family are now reviewing treatment options with doctors. Biden, the 46th president of the U.S., is 82 and left office nearly 4 months ago. At the time, he was the nation's oldest serving president. His office says he recently began experiencing symptoms and was diagnosed with cancer 2 days ago. Former Vice President Harris responded by calling him a fighter. Dr. Darian Sutton is standing by with analysis. But first, ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang leads us off.
Tonight, former President Biden revealing he's been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Biden's spokesperson says the cancer has spread to the bone and that while this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone-sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options. The spokesperson says the 82-year-old was experiencing increasing urinary symptoms days after they announced doctors found a small nodule on the 82-year-old's prostate. His prostate cancer is characterized with a Gleason score of 9, which medical experts say indicates the cancer cells are likely to grow and spread rapidly. But the hormone sensitivity of the cancer offers a viable treatment pathway. Biden ended his more than 5 decades in public service in January, leaving office as the oldest president in history after abruptly dropping out of the presidential race last summer. He's mostly stayed out of public view, except for attending Pope Francis's funeral in April and now pushing back against a slate of new books questioning his mental acuity at the end of his presidency.
You are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that.
Former First Lady Jill Biden forcefully defending her husband.
I mean, he'd get up, he'd put in a full day, and then at night I'd be in bed, reading my book, and he was still on the phone, reading his briefings, working with staff. I mean, it was nonstop.
And a source tells us Biden is currently in Wilmington, Delaware, as reactions are pouring in from leaders, including from President Trump, who's posting on social media tonight that Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. Lindsay?
So many share a similar sentiment. Selena, thank you. Let's bring in ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton. And we should note you have never treated the former president. But based on just his age, how common would you say is a prostate cancer diagnosis at this stage of life?
It's very common. Approximately 3 million men are living with this diagnosis this year. An additional approximate 300,000 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. Now, the risk of the diagnosis of prostate cancer increases with age. Approximately 60% of those who receive this diagnosis are over the age of 65. So this fits in line with that. But just another reminder of why it's so important to continue with screening, because most often an early diagnosis has the best outcomes. However, with metastasis and other factors as well as age and the medical history of the patient, that helps us to better understand the specifics of that risk.
Of course, always important to stay updated with those tests. Give us a sense, because we do know that the president's office released a few details, including that he had metastasis to the bone, also a Gleason score of 9. Explain what that means.
Yeah, so, we'll presume that there was a biopsy done between when he found that he had a nodule between that and his diagnosis. And during that biopsy, a pathologist, a physician who looks at the cells that are removed from the body to better understand how abnormal they are, creates a score. And the higher the score, the more abnormal the cells are in the realm of prostate cancer. Now, a score from 8 to 10 is a more aggressive, more likely to spread, and the president has received a Gleason score of 9. But beyond that, Lindsay, additional testing is done, not only to understand how spread of that cancer is, which is how we understand that it has metastasized or spread to the bone, but also hormone testing. Testosterone and other like hormones can stimulate the growth of cancer cells. We found that the president, it's been reported that he has hormone-sensitive cancer, which means that there is an opportunity for an additional form of treatment which can improve his outcome.
So appreciate you walking us through this diagnosis, Dr. Sutton. Thank you.